Hi, everybody. My name is Jason.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Yah.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. It has been a couple of days since we've been able to get through this. We've had some wild stuff happen down in and around our lands. And we had some nightmare-ish issue that happened that I have... from the very beginning of moving out to these jungles, I tell these boys every single day to put your shoes on. Never, ever go outside without your shoes on. We live in the land of snakes. And Jaden did not he went outside with his little flip-flop things on in the middle of the night, and a snake bit him in the foot. And it was one of these diamondback snakes that are the poisonous ones that I guess will kill you. And we didn't know what to do, and it was an extremely wild moment. And we have a lot of wild moments in this house, things that would surprise you guys, things you probably would never watch our videos again, knowing that we're insane people. And so as we are insane people, and Jade got bit by the snake, we didn't know what to actually do on this. The good news is, I don't know if it's even good news, because we thought maybe he didn't die because the snake was small. It was a smaller snake, but you can definitely see two fang marks into his foot. And so after he got bit, we didn't know what to expect. And so this insane family is running around with their heads chopped off like a bunch of chickens, and nothing happened. It just looked like a bite. It looks like two fang marks in his foot. And it appeared as it was happening, I didn't really know what to expect. And then we went and looked up we thought maybe the baby snakes didn't have any poison or something of the sort because it was a baby snake. But then we read that they have as much poison as the other ones. And then we got to thinking that maybe this was like Paul, when Paul got the adder and it bit him in the arm and it hung on him and he dumped it in the fire and everyone thought he was done because nothing happened, even as it did not swell up, it did not do anything to him at all. And so I think we witnessed a miracle. And so the more that I think about this, and the more that we are the more that things drop around us from things like snakes and the things where we're able to stay alive, I think it was a miracle we experienced. And I just don't have enough experience with snakes to be sitting here. This is an absolute miracle, but it is a miracle. We're very, very thankful that Jaden's still alive. I caution these boys every single day never to walk out the house without shoes. And so I probably said this 1,000 times. I would probably say, since we've been down here, at least 1,000. Does anyone of you guys, have I said it less than 1,000 times?
I don't know.
How many times do you think?
I haven't counted.
I don't know.
I mean, it's at least, once a day, several times a week. I mean, Mystical, how many times?
Lots.
Like, how many are lots?
I don't know, a lot.
Like, this is our main thing. Watch out for snakes. Watch out for snakes. Watch out for snakes. And then we go off tiptoeing out through the jungle with walking through the jungle with no shoes on, essentially. So we're lucky to be alive again. And I think as more of this, as we research more about little snakes, we'll probably call this one a miracle. Call it the adder miracle or something of the sort, where Jade actually lived through this and didn't have anything that affected him on this at all. It was just a bite on the foot. And so very, very, very lucky, very, very, very blessed. And so here we are. Jade is alive simply by the hand of Yah. Say hi to everybody, Jade.
All right.
There you go. He's alive. Okay. All right. So here we are into the book of 1st SHEMU'EL. And prior to this, guys, this is Yah Scriptures. This is the greatest English translation that you will ever find anywhere. There's no such translation anywhere on the market at all, and there's no such price that you will see right here. We are still hoping. We're looking for the end of February, sometime in March, for our delivery date. We will, as we get closer, we will know. They are late on getting us our sample copy. We were supposed to have that in the middle of January. We have not seen that yet. So we are very much anticipating this. Once we have this in our hands, we'll get some videos out to you guys. But you will not find another scriptures anywhere. This is 103 books, completely restored names of our Creator and His Son and all of our forefathers. Everything is back in order. All of the man-made translations have been cleaned up. Everything has been completely just changed up. Now, you can get the free PDF. It's the exact same version that we're printing, absolutely free of charge right here. And we have, it's a month. We've given another 250 scriptures out on one site. We gave over 150 out on another site. So we're every single month we're giving tremendous amounts of scriptures away. Lots of people are reading this. Lots of people love the eSword app. Guys, the version 1.04, Yah Scriptures, is in the eSword. Lots and lots and lots of people are enjoying this, and they love this version of it. It's also for iOS and is also for Android. Now, our Android app, which is Yah Scriptures, is it's on the way. It's looking very, very good. It's very, very close. But even when we get it finalized, we're not going to be able to put it out because it's about 1,000 fixes behind, because it has literally taken half of a year to develop this when it was supposed to take like a couple months. I don't even know if it's half a year or more what it's taken at this point. But it will be available. We're going to get some beta testers out there here probably this week or so, and we'll do a calling and a video for anybody that wants to help beta test the current version that we have and send in errors. We're only looking for people that are very have time on their hands right now, that they're able to do this, that they can look through it, that they can take a copy of the regular Hallelujah Scriptures, compare it with our version of it, and make sure it is jot for jot and tittle for tittle. And so that is what we have. Now, last thing, you guys can get all these books right here. These are all available at Amazon. The Book of Adam and Eve, The Writings of Abraham, the Book of Enoch, Yasher, Testament of the 12. It's a book you will not find anywhere else except in Yah Scriptures, or the PDFs that we have available, and also the Book of Jubilees. And again, if you don't want to get the PDFs, these are all free. You can get all those same books right here in the Apocrypha single column edition right there. All right, gentlemen, where are we at with SHEMU'EL? And for SHEMU'EL, Jay, are you putting Eli on the spot?
Mm-hmm.
Eli,
I don't remember what happened.
Eli doesn't even have his Bible with us to begin with, so he's just kind of here as a NPC.
So the story about Samuel starts with Samuel, his mother Hannah, and she begs Yahuwah for a child. Yahuwah gives her a child. She dedicates him to Yahuwah. He gets raised by the priest Eli. He's an older. He's very older.
Is it Eli or Eli?
It's Eli for this version because the little east thing over the
Eli.
E. It's Eli.
That's good.
It makes more like an A, like an 8 sound.
But you don't like being called Eli?
No.
Why not?
I don't like it.
It's the same thing, right?
Nope.
All right, continue.
So he's an older man. He has 2 full-grown sons. They are sinning. They're doing evil things. They steal the meat. They do all these terrible things. They're breaking commands. They're supposed to be priests, but they are hurting people and doing evil things.
Excuse me. Still dealing with the cold. Oh, man. I'm dying. Sorry, folks.
Yahuwah gave a vision to a young child, SHEMU'EL, that he was going to destroy Eli and his sons and his family. And then they died. Copy and Pinecast, which are the sons of Eli, they both died. Then Eli fell off of his seat after he was told the Ark of the Covenant had been taken by the Pelashites, and he died and broke his neck. And now the Ark of the Covenant ended up in the Pelashites. They ended up getting cursed. They ended up with all tumors and bad things started happening to them because they stole the Ark of the Covenant. And they sent it away. Every city they sent it to, the people that city got cursed. And so they are working on getting rid of that and trying to get back into regular.
Yep. So here we are. Okay. Anything else you want to add to this, Mr. Eli?
No.
All right. Here we go. And the Ark of Yahuwah was in the field of the Pelashites for 7 months. And the Pelashites called for the priests and the diviners, saying, "What do we do with the Ark of Yahuwah? Let us know with what we should send in it to its place." And they said, "If you send away the Ark of the Elohim of Yisrael, do not send it empty. But you shall certainly return it to him with a guilt offering. Then you are going to be healed. And it shall be known to you why his hand does not turn aside from you." And they said, "What is the guilt offering which we return to him?" And they answered, sorry guys, sitting here sniffing it up, still got a little bit of a cold left. A little bit of the common average cold. Okay, the number of the princes of the Pelashites, the 5 golden tumors and 5 golden rats, for the same plague was on all of you and on all your princes. All right, so what did he just tell him to return back to him?
To give him a guilt offering, but I don't know what a golden tumor is.
What is a tumor?
It's like a cancer.
Yeah, but what would you envision it look like?
I don't know.
Glob of something?
Yeah.
Right? And so these guys are all like cancer ridden or something.
Right,
Like the tumors
they
have
all
gone
get
mad.
tumors, and so like they're gonna give them 5 golden rats.
5 golden tumor, yeah. So they're gonna melt up like a blob of something and give it to them, and also the five golden rats. Okay, 5. And you shall make images of your tumors and images of your rats that ruin the land, and you shall give esteem to the Elohim of Yisrael. It could be that he lifts his hand from you, from your mighty ones, and from your land. And why do you harden your hearts as the Mitzrites and Pharaoh hardened their hearts when he had severely dealt with them? Did they not send them away, and they went? And now, take and make a new wagon, and 2 milk cows, which have never been yoked, and hitch the cows to the wagon, and take their calves home, away from them. Okay, what do you suppose is going to happen if you take a brand new cow that has never been hooked into a wagon and you hook a halter thing on them?
It's not gonna know what to do. It's gonna like go crazy.
This is going to stand there? Is it going to sit there?
I don't think so. I mean, if it doesn't know what's going on, if it's not familiar with it, it's not going to.
It's going to be freaking out,
okay.
right? So they're taking 2 brand new cows that have never been hooked to a wagon, and did we do 7?
Yeah, I think you were finishing. So I don't know if you didn't take their calves home.
Okay, and now take and make a new wagon, and 2 milk cows which have never been yoked, and hitch the cows to the wagon, and take their calves home away from them. Okay, so what is that saying right there?
Basically, take the new take the cows, and then take the calves away. Bring the calves back home.
So what are the mothers going to be? What are the mothers going to be?
They're gonna be freaked out. They're gonna want to find their calves. I mean, it depends on how it gets.
What does the cows have? Milk, right? So they have brand new calves, right? Or they have calves, and they have udders full of milk. So they have a pile of milk. Now, do you think they're just sending the cows with the milk for no reason at all?
Maybe give them like fresh milk. I don't know. Maybe more of the guilt offering.
Yeah, more it's like a sacrifice part of it, right? They give them some milking cows. If you ever go and get a cow, you want to attempt to get a milking cow, and you can't get a milking cow unless they have a calf. That's just the way it is. And these are things we actually didn't know until we came down here. We didn't understand how a milk cow worked. So call that city slickers. Here we are. Okay, 8. And take the ark of Yahuwah and put it on the wagon, and put the objects of gold which you are returning to him as a guilt offering in a chest by its side, and send it away, and it shall go. And you shall see, if it goes up the way to its own border, to Beth Shemesh, then he has done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that his hand has not come against us. The accident it was to us, an accident. And the men did so, and took the 2 milk cows, and hitched them to the wagon, and shut up their calves at home. And they put the ark of Yahuwah on the wagon, and the chest with the gold rats and the images of their tumors. And the cows went straight for the way to Beth Shemesh, and went along the highway, bellowing as they went, and did not turn aside right or left. And the princes of the Pelishites went after them to the border of Beth Shemesh.
So they're basically crawling them down to the saying like, go, so they don't have to case because we know if you touch the ark, you die. So.
Well, I mean, here's the gig. If it was not meant to be, and they hook a couple of cows up to this, and they put the ark on it, and it wanders around in a circle for 3 days straight.
Well, it wouldn't be. These guys are pushing them down the road.
Yeah, well, they're not really pushing them down the road. I don't think they're pushing them at the road at all.
And the Pelishites went after them, so they're right behind them.
They're not. I don't think they went after them to push them down the road. The whole point of this was to hook the cows up, and where do the cows go? If the cows walked to Beth Shemesh, then it was because of them and their actions that they did it. But if the cows walked around in a circle and didn't go anywhere, and they just followed after them, then they would know that it had nothing to do with Elohim Most High doing this to them. You understand?
Right. Another thing is, a few of them probably died trying to move the thing because they didn't know about the poles, or maybe they did, and maybe they had that information, but they had to use the poles to move this, and if they didn't, they were dead, because we know later, I think it's in 2 Samuel, where the one guy, he touches the ark trying
David's guy?
Yeah, he starts him tipping over, and it makes David really angry.
Yeah, David's homeboy gets killed. Okay, let's see, where are we
We're
at?
on 13.
13?
Yep.
Okay, 13. And Beth Shemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley, and they lifted their eyes and saw the ark, and rejoiced to see it. And the wagon came into the field of Yehoshua of Beth Shemesh, and stood there. And there was a great stone. So they split the wood of the wagon, and offered the cows as a burnt offering to Yahuwah. Now, is this the same Yehoshua, do you think?
Probably, because yeah, probably. We probably look at the map, but Beth Shemesh is probably in Ephraim.
All right, here we go, 15. And the Lewites took down the ark of Yahuwah and the chest that was in it, in which were objects of gold, and put them on the great stone. And the men of Beth Shemesh slaughtered burnt offerings, and made offerings the same day to Yahuwah. And when the 5 princes of the Pelashites saw it, they returned to Ekron the same day. And these are the gold tumors which the Pelashites returned as a guilt offering to Yahuwah. One for Ashdod, one for Azah, one for Ashkelon, one for Gath, and one for Ekron. And the gold rats, by the number of all the cities of the Pelashites belonging to the 5 princes, both walled cities and country villages, even as far as the great meadow on which they had placed the ark of Yahuwah, are to this day in the field of Yahushua of Beth Shemesh. Now, that was a long time ago. I don't think this thing's still in the field.
Yeah, I hope not.
Right? They always write this in scriptures like it is to this day, but we're like 5,000 years later than what
it was to the day when they wrote this.
Yep. 19. And he smote among the men of Beth Shemesh, for they had looked into the ark of Yahuwah. He smote among the people 70 men, and the people mourned because Yahuwah smote among the people a great smiting. Okay, so these people obviously probably touched the ark to get into it, unless they, use a stick or something to push the lid up. But, I mean, these lids, I think if they had the cherubim on there, this was the full-on ark, it was probably a really heavy deal. So, anyway, these guys, 70 of them got smoted. Thoughts, anyone?
Yeah, don't mess with Yahuwah.
Yeah, don't touch his ark, I guess.
Yeah,
okay.
don't take, that's like the one thing I really like you can't touch or you will die. There's many other things he has like that. See, like the mountain, when they were giving the commands, so this is like really important to him, like do not touch.
Yeah, and you would think that everybody in Israel would know what the Ark of the Covenant looked like. I mean, maybe these guys didn't know. Maybe they hadn't seen it.
Yeah, how did they look into the Ark? Someone had to remove the lid, and that means those guys opened it, died, and they saw the people die. They went and looked in it right after those two tried to open it. I mean,
yeah, in the old satanic movies back in the day, there was one called Raiders of the Lost. Was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? I think it was Raiders of the Lost Ark. And they Harrison Ford, they went and found the Ark of the Covenant, and it was somewhere in Russia or something. Very end of the movie, they decided they were going to look in it, and all these guys, they were Harrison Ford was like trapped somewhere, and he was the only dude that looked away, and they popped the lid of this ark up, and the sand all around them, things start coming out, everything consumed. It killed everybody that was there. At the end, Harrison Ford was the only dude left, and the ark was just there. All these soldiers, everybody had died. And so, I don't know, that's obviously Hollywood, and that's obviously satanic stuff.
But they did die for looking into it.
Yeah, they all died. They did. And so, old Harrison, Indiana, was the only dude that had the understanding not to, look at what it was. Okay, 20. And the men of Bet Shemesh said, who is able to stand before this Kodesh Yahuwah Elohim? And to whom shall he go from us? And they sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kiriath Yearim, saying, the Pelashites have brought back the ark of Yahuwah. Come down, take it up to you. All right, there we go, folks. We have the end of chapter 6. Seis, no mas. Anyone have anything, Eli? You've just really, really talked your way out of this one today. Is there anything you have for us?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
You have a joke? Do you say anything other than no?
I had a joke, but I've forgotten it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it. So, anyway.
Yeah, if you ever come across the ark, don't touch it. Don't look at it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, you shouldn't touch. You shouldn't look in the ark if you see it.
Probably shouldn't stick around too long.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going to be with that, but you got to be very careful, I suppose. All right. Well, with that, everybody, we hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
All right.
We're out.
Shalom.